When you put a fiberglass pool shell in the ground, the customer's married to it. It's the single most important component of the whole project. The project can only be as good as the fiberglass pool shell. So if you're putting in a product that is not up to par, then you're destined to fail. You look at the benefits of fiberglass. Over the years we started small, we installed 1 or 2 our first year, then we did like 6, then 12, then like 35, and we just saw that the customer delight with this product was great. The people told their friends about it, their friends, their neighbors came. They bought fiberglass pools. They were easy to maintain, they looked great.
It's the customers, like you were saying, the customers referring us and talking about the pools to their friends. That's what got me fired up with fiberglass, was the customers and watching their reaction because we had retail. So they come in to buy stuff. Fiberglass customers were different than gunite and vinyl liner customers, completely different. You never heard one of them say, I'd just like to fill that pool up and be done with it. I'd just cover it with dirt. We would hear that all the time from gunite customers and vinyl liner customers. I just want to fill it up with dirt, I'm so fed up. Never fiberglass.
It was a product that we felt strongly about and we wanted to get behind it.
So what is the key to building with fiberglass?
Polymerization.
Yeah, definitely.
Spell it.
Polymerization.
Pretty good job.
And which one of you knows the most about the chemistry?
Polymerization it's kind of a technical term, but basically it means the cross-linking of different molecules together to form a chain. And the stronger the chain that we have with our composites, with our fiberglass, the stronger and more durable the product is. So this cross-linking process is something we've developed into what we call cross-links composite technology, which is a series of best practices that we do when we manufacture pools to make sure that we promote polymerization, cross-linking. And Cross-links composite technology combined with our installation methodology, Rhino Rock construction, you're going to have a pool that will last forever from a manufacturing standpoint, and a pool that's installed to stand the test of time. I love designing these pools. I treat every square inch of the pool like it's going to be what my children are playing in, what I'm playing in. We start with a concept. We'll know we want a rectangular design that's roughly these dimensions, or a freeform pool that's roughly these dimensions. And it's a long process. We'll come up with an initial concept, we'll bounce it off each other. Jim and I will talk about it, Mario and I will talk about it, and eventually we hammer out a final draft.
And one of the other things that we're doing too is we're implementing our own testing rather than relying on factory or testing at resin plants. And the suppliers that we buy our materials from, we're going to be testing actual field conditions. And what that allows us to do, so if we can take and say a panel that we would build a pool off of, if we can take and freeze that panel and then let it thaw for an hour and then spray it and see how it cures, and do this at different temperatures, what that allows us to do is when we do see a problem, sometimes we can recognize what could have caused the problem by creating problems. But we're going to constantly be testing and trying to learn everything we can about the products that we're putting on these pools, so we know that when a person invests into one of the pools, that it's a lifetime investment, that they're not going to have problems 20 years down the road, because we're going to circumvent those up front to make sure that we've covered all the bases.
So in talking with other business owners over the years, people that have partnerships, they're usually not excited about their partnership. It's usually because there's either they bring different skill sets and they're both needed, to run the company. We just have never really been that way. Our dynamic has always been such that we feed off of each other, and that we bring different skill sets, but it's through the three of us, through our interactions, that we all push each other. We do share the same values, and we always we always just want to do the right thing.
To that point, here's the thing. We've never had to debate, is this the honest thing to do? I have found that business partnerships don't make it when one partner feels like something is honest and the other partner feels like something is dishonest. The moment that occurs, there's a rift that starts. We've never, ever had a moment where somebody was debating, is that thing, is it integrity based? Or is that an honest thing to do? We've never had that debate. And because we haven't had that, we've debated lots. Like, we love to debate because we're three very different personalities. But that's the thing that we've never deviated from, and I think it's been the glue that has tied us together.
With me, it's not as much about the numbers as having it, that they're the best. That if there's 5,000 out there, they're the best manufactured pool. That's what they know us for. They know that it was built with integrity. It was built by guys that cared about that pool just like it was going in their backyard, because we do have pools, fiberglass pools in our backyards, all of us. And I want people to know that they've gotten the best. That's been what I've always wanted.
When we started this game, fiberglass pools made up what percentage of the market?
It was less than 6.
Less than 6% of the residential pools in the U.S. were fiberglass in the early days, in the 2000s. And today, as we record this in 2017,
It's over 16%.
16%. And I like to think that we had a big part in that, right? And you figure we just have 84% to go.
Well, the funny part is I never wanted to sell fiberglass.
Right.
I was the last one to embrace this thing, and these two saw more of a vision in fiberglass. And but there's a fiberglass pool in my backyard right now, and I could have put a vinyl liner one back there, but no way.
Different game.
Yeah.